Hi, this is part two of the screencast. So you've been looking at the 5 areas approach and looking at unhelpful thinking styles and completing your own unhelpful thinking style questionnaire. Now I'd like you to have a go at completing your own 5 areas approach. So do something related to the course. So it could be how you felt on your first day or week, maybe a difficult supervision session that you've had, or a disagreement with an educator or team member. So to help you do this, I've created a workbook on PebblePad, and this resource will take you through all the areas, and it will help you plot it all out and take it through stage by stage. By the end, you can start maybe thinking about your own areas for change. So if once you come out the screencast, you click there, that'll take you straight to that PebblePad resource. So if you want to pause this and work your way through that resource, that workbook, using the 5 areas approach. So noticing how to address unhelpful thinking. So first of all, you have to notice that you're doing it to start with. So like I've said, when you think about it, with the very first screencast you absolutely have to be in that contemplation stage. Then you identify the type of thoughts that you're having. So that's what you did when you did the thought questionnaire. Then the next stage is challenging, which is a really tricky one because these thinking styles will be ones you've been prone to for many, many years. And it's almost like rewiring your brain at times because you'll have natural sort of default thoughts. And then it's about looking at changing if we can. So one of the things that I always found really useful was you become a thought detective and you challenge thoughts and you can ask questions. So one of the questions you can ask is, if you wasn't feeling like this, what would you say or think? Are you jumping to conclusions? What's the worst that could happen? Although don't ask that to a catastrophizer because they've already imagined the worst case scenario. What would you say to a friend? And what's the evidence for and against? So this is an example of a thought diary. There's lots of them around, and this is one that I've found most useful. So in the first section, you put the actual thought in there. So this thought is, I just saw my friend in the shop and she ignored me. Then you've got to put how that makes you feel. So it might make you feel quite upset or low or even angry. Then think about the thinking style. That's mind reading. Evidence for and against. The for is that she didn't wave back when I waved. The against, it was very busy, she probably didn't see me, and she wasn't wearing her glasses. So you can see there's more evidence against than there is for. The more positive thought, she probably didn't see me, I'll send her a message saying I saw her. And how does that make me feel? Makes me feel a lot better, makes me feel less anxious and less angry. So when you're thinking about changing thoughts and changing behaviour, it's not an easy thing to change. So I just want you to try something that sounds a bit daft, but really illustrates how behaviour change is tricky. So if you all fold your arms, I think I did this with you last session, but we'll do it again. And fold your arms and now fold the opposite way round. And those feelings of uncomfortable and how you want to go back to the way you did it before. And it's saying when you try anything new. So if you try mindfulness or relaxation and your mind just keeps wandering, it's a skill to learn. And it's something that you have to do repetitively to become a change. So that's bringing it to a close this session. So hopefully you feel like you've got an increased understanding of CBT and the 5 areas approach, be able to identify unhelpful thinking in yourself and others, and be able to complete a 5 areas approach with yourself, but maybe also with others as an intervention in the future. I hope you found that useful.